Well, good afternoon, everyone. And on behalf of the junior school staff and students, I'd like to welcome you to our 2015 closing ceremony. And I'd like to extend a special welcome to Mr. Blair Hagel, Chair of the Board, other Board of Governor members who are in attendance today, and to Michael Simons, class of 60, grandson of Curl Simons, the founder of St. Michael's School. As always, closing ceremony provides us with a wonderful opportunity to reflect upon our past school year, for each junior school student to receive their promotion certificate, and to recognize all of our grade 5 students for their personal excellence and to celebrate their rite of passage to the middle school. And at this point, I would like to recognize our grade 5 students for playing so beautifully today. This afternoon is first and foremost a celebration of all of these remarkable young children sitting before us today. Children whom the faculty see as very creative, as wise, powerful young learners, all of whom have worked and played so hard, and they've accomplished so much. So congratulations to all of our students. Let's recognize them. Today, we also celebrate an outstanding year of academic accomplishment and co-curricular activities. We celebrate the students' participation in and the teachers' support of many of these activities and special events throughout the year. And among these are the musical events, which include the bell choir and the primary informances. And Mrs. Goodman calls them informances because they're informal performances, which gets away from the P in perfection, so that we want students to really risk and to take a risk and to just participate. We want to recognize our grade 4-5 strings orchestra performances and our cross-campus choral evenings at the cathedral, as well as a number of sporting events, including the mini rugby this term, and our recent Visa track and field meet, and last week's exciting sports day. We had our first ever Grandparents' Day this year, honoring the special role of grandparents and grandpals in the lives of the children. And we've had many, many service projects. We've had the students visiting, every student actually visiting the James Bay Care Home. We've had our World Vision Project and the Mustard Seed, just to name a few. And of course, we've been inspired throughout the year with art displays throughout the school, including a number of junior school art pieces which were selected for the ISA, the Independent School Association Art Show, hosted by SMUS this year. And of course, one of the main highlights was our junior school musical. It was entitled That's Entertainment. It was performed again by our talented grade 5 students, directed by Stephanie Guillen, and supported behind the scenes by every junior school teacher and along with many grade 5 parents. All of these people were deeply committed to bringing out the best in each student in order to enhance their talents and create this once-in-a-lifetime experience for them at the junior school. So please join me in recognizing, again, the grade 5 students and the entire junior school staff and our wonderful parent volunteer community. Thank you. Today is also an opportunity to celebrate the deep learning experiences of each child as our junior school vision of powerful and transformational learning continues to be implemented across the grades. A vision where young children are viewed by their teachers as rich in potential and possessing a real capacity to become co-creators of their knowledge and the culture within which they learn. So it's no longer the teacher standing at the front giving facts to children where they are empty vessels to be filled, but in fact, the students are co-creating with their teachers their learning. It's a vision where teachers and parents are partners in guiding children's explorations and open-ended discoveries. A vision of teachers as researchers who help children demonstrate their understanding in multiple ways, as we say, in 100 languages, through dance, art, the written, the verbal. A vision where children are guided to reflect on their learning to facilitate deep and lasting connections. And last, but certainly not least, a vision founded on the deepest respect for young children. This term, there have been many examples of our educational vision in action. Kindergarten and grade 1 children have enjoyed being able to choose their own inquiries and express their learning in different ways, relating to a common big idea and theme. In kindergarten, their Beautiful Stuff project was made from all recycled materials, and it was stunningly beautiful. In grade 1, understanding the concept of metamorphosis through their butterfly and bug unit, and being able to showcase their medieval inquiry projects at the parent-led student-led conferences. In grade 2, our students used their powers of observation to notice the details in the world around them through the architecture inquiry, and students in grade 3 explored the solar system through other independent inquiries. One of the biggest highlights of the year for our grade 4s was the book sale, and they helped save whales, a great example of students taking action because of their learning. And this term, grade 5, engaged in a very fun but interesting jet toy design and construction activity using the design cycle to plan, create, test, and modify the construction of a jet toy. So at this time, I wish to take this opportunity to recognize our extraordinary junior school teachers, the core teachers, every specialist teacher, the teaching assistants, and all the other members who support learning at the junior school for continuing to create a transformational learning culture for the children. Please join me in recognizing the teachers. In preparation for today's comments, I've gathered some student quotes to share with you to underscore how accurately the students themselves understand and perceive the educational transformation going on in education and that they are experiencing today. Their comments suggest that our vision is alive and well at the junior school, and that there is indeed a culture of powerful learning and transformation across the grades. I began to gather evidence of this by meeting with the grade 5 students last week when they asked about this year's theme for my remarks today. The conversation went along these lines. Ms. Richards, in the past, you've spoken about a lot of different things. We think it was about creativity and wisdom and inspiration. Last year, we talked about mindfulness. Have you ever thought about the topic of change? We've been through a lot of change since we've been here these many years at the junior school. And so, as we explored the theme of change and transformation more deeply, the students explained that during their time, they had seen many, many changes in the facility, classroom spaces, in the teachers' approaches to instruction, and probably most importantly, a transformation within themselves personally. As the conversation expanded, they realized that although not always sought, change is inevitable, ever present, and an integral part of life and growth. The students used the metaphor of a garden to explain their learning journey and their personal transformation. And many, many questions began to emerge through our dialogue. How much space is needed for a garden class to thrive? What seeds and ideas are actually planted by the teachers, and what seeds do the students plant themselves? How are the seeds cared for? What ideas actually grow? And what might keep growing in new and unexpected ways? As we engaged in conversation, we found that there were many parallels between gardening, teaching, and learning. They began to realize that both teachers and students need to create the conditions conducive for growth. How would the soil be prepared as to enhance fertility of ideas? What would some ideas have to be trimmed and maybe pruned? What variables might influence the health and growth of each student and flower? What if, along the way, the teacher and the class became mired in mud? What might they need to give up to construct something new and perhaps go in a direction that they hadn't anticipated? The garden metaphor was such a perfect way of articulating how they saw themselves as learners who had been given opportunities to construct and grow their own learning. So now let's listen to the student voices. Our sprouting kindergarten children made a very good attempt at defining transformation. Lorenzo defines it as taking one bus and then going on another bus. Lachlan explains that transformation is something you can actually see through. And Zeus's idea is that transformation means moving something, so that was getting a little closer there. And relating learning to the garden metaphor was a little easier for them. Bowen says, our class is a kindness garden. And Adrian exclaimed, we have the word garden in our grade name, kindergarten. And Helen said, our red shirts are like red apples in apple trees. And Hannah, we need water, and so do flowers. And Drew says, gardens are homes to animals, and the junior school is like a home to me. And Lorenzo, we learn and our brains grow ideas just like the flowers grow. Next, children from the higher grades commented on the transformation of the junior school space and classroom design for learning. One grade 4 commented, the junior school has really transformed itself over the years. The grade 1 classroom used to have carpet, and although it's hard to believe, there were no lofts in grade 1. The portable was not there. There was a lot more playground to play on, and there was a computer lab where my grade 4 classroom is now, and with rows of computers side by side on the steps. But you know, we have technology everywhere all of the time. Learning has been transformed in the portable, says Sierra. The classroom's bigger than our other classrooms ever were, and now we're able to do projects in the space. And then there are quotes from students on the transformation of the teacher's instructional strategies. One student says, my learning is much more meaningful because it's more challenging for me to design something and then present it to an authentic audience of students or experts. Another student in grade 5, it's great taking on the role of the expert and being able to delve into things that really matter to me personally. Lucas in grade 3 says, all the classes have been transformed by using electronic devices instead of writing on paper. Although I do wonder why my printing and handwriting is actually getting so much better. Our learning has transformed over the years, says Christian in grade 5. I've gone from individual work to much more meaningful project work with a lot more choice. And Ava in grade 5 says, I believe that the junior school has done everything possible to make my experience the best that it could ever be. Every morning I wake up excited to participate in all the learning activities we have that day, and then we can work on our projects with classmates and teachers. Project learning is much different than the traditional learning in the way that you learn by asking lots and lots of questions, and then you can spend your time exploring for answers. The metaphor of the junior school as a garden is true. Every day we're watered, we're fertilized with information and skills for us to thrive. And David in grade 5 succinctly says, my own learning has changed from kindergarten to grade 5. I have a freedom of inquiry and discovery that I never expected. And finally, at the risk of over-fertilization, let's explore our young flowers' thoughts on their personal transformation, beginning with a quote from Alex in grade 5. Transformation for me is turning into a better person. It's been about becoming more confident because, quite frankly, in the early years, I was a bit of a wimp who cried all the time. And now I'm confident and I'm brave. SMU has turned me into a stronger person inside. I learned to transform my problems into solutions. And with the nurturing of my teachers, I have transformed into the confident person I have always wanted to be. And Cole, who's new to the school this year, in grade 5, says, "My learning has come a long way since I moved here last fall. An entirely new world has opened up for me with new directions on which to build my life. My transformation is absolutely amazing. I'm no longer afraid to do math. I can trust myself to hand in my work because my teachers have encouraged me to do my own personal best, and now I know I can succeed." Cypress, grade 5, says, "In the junior school garden of learning, every year we grow more and more, often sharing the rain and the sun with others in the lower grades. And as we've grown, we've transformed. As I look back over the years, I can remember when each member of my class was in grade 1, and they've all changed and grown at different rates and in different ways, but all have ended up with wisdom as the end product. That's what I love about the junior school. It doesn't change your essence, but it does transform you to be the best learner you can be." With this glimpse of our ever-changing junior school garden, we can see that the students themselves increasingly play the role of gardener, cultivating themselves and each other. And in the process, we've grown innovation through cycles of working in groups, representing ideas in visible ways, and further developing these ideas in collaboration with others' thinking. Our junior school garden has also grown an optimistic orientation toward the future. The flowers of grade 5 will scatter themselves to the middle school in new learning situations, but they'll carry a shared memory of living and learning together at the junior school. The journey of change and transformation. It's not easy for any of us, but as Nachel in grade 4 reminds us, we must think of change and transformation as if they are beautiful gardens, gardens bringing us growth, but in the end, always bringing us great joy. Thank you.
I would like to ask Blair Hagel, Chair of the Board, to present the promotion certificates to our grade 4 students, starting first with the class of 4J. McKenna Anderson, Jonah Arnold, Daniel Benjamin, Alistair Burridge, Alyssa Chu, Eva Cudahy, Ella Delight, Maya Jurikovic, Ty Driscoll, Harrison Jones, Ryan Killeran, Xander Leluski, Ava O'Connor, Axel Otto, Arjun Pathak, Talia Pike, Alec Plata, Bhavi Singh, Rowan Williams. Ethan Woods. Amy Zettler. Congratulations, grade 4J. And 4H, please. Sava Bell. Jamie Bullweisel. Austin Chen. Tyson Chestnut. Audrey D'Entremont. Liam Forbes. Lauren Fracey. Nachel Greywall. Harrison Helliwell. Bryson Henry. Kelsey Ibbotson. Jonah Johnston. Ravi McLean. Josephine Mason Woodcock. Ian McCardle. Avery Myers. Cole Pontefract. Emmett Rittenauer. Alexandra Toaxon. Samantha Yee. Congratulations, grade 4H. I would now call upon Mr. Snowden to please present the certificates to our grade 3 students. Bryn Beattie. Ali Buller. Katie Eaton. Alexander Han. Patrick Hisson. Sierra Jacob. Dome Zhang. Rowan Lee. Rosie Leggett. Liam McIlvain. Abby McLeish Shaw. Mia Muller. Lucas Kwan. Jenna Robinson. Maggie Schmidt. Saba Shariati. Sienna Sheehan. Michael Tang. Max Ewan. Tiger Zhang. Jennifer Zwicky. Congratulations, grade 3s. Thank you, Mr. Snowden. I would now like to ask Mrs. Christine Tambury, President of the Parents Auxiliary, to present the promotion certificate to our grade 2 students. Mrs. Yoroth's class, please. Charlie Anderson. Avli Bell. Julian Gale. Aaron Gill. Rupert Helliwell. Maya Hooksman. Connor Kipling. Emily Cricken. Jacob Meadows. Braxton Lechner. Haven Miller. Cooper Mills. Caitlin Mullen. Asha Phillips. Kate Pontefract. Will Porter. Owen Sanquist Sherman. Will Woods. Congratulations, the class of Mrs. Yoroth.
Christine.
And now for the class of Mrs. Duffus. Aidan Blom. Will Cudahy. Lee Dawes. Zachary Ding. Marcus Jurichkovich. Avery Geddes. De Isti Govinda. Christopher Hoydle Payne. Caitlin Kirkpatrick. Chelsea Lee. Elliot Meret. Everest Murdoch. Liam Murter. Roshan Pathik. Anna Plata. Addison Sigurdsson. Dean Tatra. Bianca Toaxon. Willow Zonev. Griffin Weeks. Congratulations, missed offices class. I would now like to ask Mrs. Tanya DeHogue to hand out our Grade 1 certificates. Starting with Miss Porteous' class. Jada Aylesworth. Maya Bear. Gabe Bentley. Hasmitha Chandra. Cindy Chen. Clara Curry. Tommy Eaton. Kali Gackle. Preya Kaur. Luke Lee. Parker Sheehan. Matthew Stark. Elliot Tate. Annie Tui. Congratulations, Miss Porteous' class. And now for the class of Miss Galloway. Anderson Brown. Sophie Delaunier. Samantha Han. Finley Henderson. Matthew Cricken. Eliana Lobb. Michaela Midzi. Gillian Murphy. Molly Pollock. Ryan Shariati. Georgia Streitel. Madison Tricconi. Naya Sang. Congratulations, Miss Galloway's class. I would now like to ask Mrs. Cook to hand out our kindergarten promotion certificates, starting with the class of Miss Eden. Eli Alexander. James Ashwin. Samnit Birdie. Liam Blom. Samara Gakkel. Joshua Leong. Alex McKay. Drew McLeish Shaw. Haley Peitko. Karen Pan. Wolfgang Rogers. Ming Sang. Ralia Valeva, excuse me. Mia Wong. Congratulations, kindergarten Miss Eden's class. And now for Miss Lincoln's class. Lachlan Bell. Arpit Birdie. Bowen Calder. William Delisle. Zeus Hissen. Milan Ilnitsky. Hannah Kipling. Adrian Lai. Truman Lebrun. Stephanie McKay. Ronan McCardle. Helen MacArthur. Kate Porter. Lorenzo Rogers. Jay Tatra. Congratulations, Miss Lincoln's class.
It's wonderful to see that these records of achievement are as cherished by these students as the graduation diplomas that'll be given out in grade 12 in 10 days' time. It's wonderful to have this opportunity to speak on this occasion always, to speak to those people, both students and parents, who are at the place where the SMUS journey begins. I always like to say that I enjoy my visits to the junior school. I don't want anyone to think that for some reason I'm any less impressed and less delighted by that experience of going down to the junior school and seeing these faces and these wonderful personalities that are beginning to start their path. When I see students at the crosswalk or at musical events or Remembrance Day or assemblies, sports day, it reminds me how young minds just naturally love to learn, and that it's important to create and preserve the conditions that make this happen. I like to tell stories at the junior school, and I often wish I could tell more of them. Some of the students will remember the story of Noah, which is one of the stories I like to tell. The story of Noah is often told as a story of justice and retribution and paying people for all the bad things they've done. But in our context, it's a story about building a new world, which is really what a school is about. The new world begins with two of everything, not just two of the people you would most like to select or the beings that are most like you. Two of everything, and it's all different colors, all different sizes, different animals, insects, and so on. And this is the kind of complexity and the kind of diversity that is necessary to build a new world, and a school is all about that, and we see that in our school. Another of the stories I like to tell is the story of Rosa Parks. I weave that story in to not just the junior school moments, but also middle school and senior school. It's amazing when I speak to the senior school students, when I have that opportunity every January, and I ask them, how many of you were in the junior school? And the hands go up, and then I say, how many of you remember Rosa Parks? And every single person who was in the junior school remembers Rosa Parks. Those stories stick. It helps that this story unfolds with a lot of action at the junior school. I can't do it for you out here, but we bring out a bench, and the bench is the bus that Rosa Parks sat on, and I'm the bus driver. And before we start, I always make sure that we have a grade 5 student who volunteers to be Rosa Parks, because she has to know what to do. And she always does, at any rate. The story of Rosa Parks, I'm not going to tell it. If you don't know it, please look it up after this assembly, or after this ceremony this afternoon. But it's a story that weaves into the story of Noah. It's a story, again, of diversity and the right of, and the importance of a great variety of people to be part of our school and to be part of it right from the start. But it also tells the story that if we want that kind of school and we want that kind of world, it takes people with courage. And Rosa Parks was such a person. And our students have that story in their genes, and that's wonderful. When our grads leave St. Michael's University School in grade 12, they get a little bear. And it's given out on Alumni Weekend. It's a token of their time at the school. You students who are here, kindergarten to grade 5, are beginning that journey that one day will end up on a different stage in grade 12. Some of you are moving on, moving elsewhere. And I hope you take some of the SMUS story and the SMUS bear with you when you go, because we'll miss you and you'll always be part of us. But your SMUS story has just begun. This afternoon, you got your records of achievement that contain the list of things you've done. On other occasions during the year, there are more public occasions like Sports Day or assemblies, and these days are important. Some of you may have done things that weren't recognized. And I'm going to invoke another story at this point, one which many of you will know, the story of the ugly duckling, who is in the pond with the other ducklings, and this duckling doesn't look the same and gets some bad treatment. This duckling has to wait a little bit, but eventually it turns out that this duckling is a beautiful swan and has that wonderful recognition. So regardless of the recognition that you've received or haven't, I know that you will all have your swan moments, and there will be many to come. Life at SMUS is full of opportunities and full of growth and full of discovering who you are. At our school, we believe that everyone has his or her excellence, and that you will have a chance to grow and flourish as you come to various stages in your growth at the school. To make this happen, I want to thank Ms. Richards and her team of dedicated, innovative, and creative staff, a caring staff, for the work that they do for their belief in you students. They make the junior school the very special place it is. You've all worked hard, you've learned a lot of new things, and you've added a chapter to your story. I love coming to the junior school and watching you grow, and I'm going to continue loving watching you grow as you go through the middle school and further. And I hope you all create your own personal story, and I hope you all have a great summer. Thank you.
Please stand for our school hymn.
it is now time to present the grade 5 certificates. Our grade 5 students will receive a commemorative book to remind them of their special time at the junior school. In addition, each student will receive a personalized written record of achievement booklet which will outline their participation and/or special recognitions in the following areas: co-curricular activities, which includes activities like sports teams, sports clubs, and the Red Cedar Book Club; service and leadership activities, such as our student ambassador programs, library and computer monitors, and community service; outstanding contribution in individual subjects, where students have consistently made an outstanding contribution to class; distinction in individual subject areas, where students have demonstrated exceptional academic performance in a particular curriculum area; honor roll for students who have achieved an A average throughout the year; and finally, recognition for major awards, such as the very special Curl Simons Citizenship Cup, the Alumni Association Award, the Sleg Bowl, and the M.A. Bridgman Memorial Award. When called upon, each student will come forward to receive their record of achievement and commemorative gift from Ms. Richards. As the students come forward, the homeroom teachers will share the strength virtue they see in them.
Cole Ashley. Cole joined St. Michael's University School in grade 5. He's very committed to his diving and will compete at a national level this summer. Cole is empathetic, very understanding, and shows the depth of his kindness when helping those who are in need. Cole demonstrates a virtue of compassion. David Baker. David is a lifer at our school. He is always excited about learning and enjoys sharing his knowledge with his peers, especially in mathematics and science. He is an excellent photographer and specializes in photographing birds of all types. David demonstrates the virtue of enthusiasm. Olivia Beatty. Olivia joined the junior school in grade 3. She has a very special talent in the arts and demonstrates the virtue of creativity. Her ability to paint a vivid picture through the words she chooses in her writing is equally as impressive as her ability to create beautiful art using a variety of different mediums. Alexandra Brown. Alexandra is a lifer at St. Michael's University School. She works diligently and displays a high level of responsibility and achievement. Alex demonstrates the virtue of commitment in her schooling and her sports, especially her squash. Cassidy Card. Cassidy is a vibrant and lively student, as well as a lifer at our school. For those who know Cassidy well, they see the commitment she has to the people she cares about most. She also is a very strong competitor in karate. Cassidy demonstrates the virtue of devotion. Elizabeth Cunningham. A lifer, Elizabeth is a quiet and considerate member of our class and demonstrates the virtue of kindness. Although a fierce competitor on the basketball court, she shows fairness and sportsmanship. She displays compassion and empathy amongst her friends and is thoughtful and undeniably friendly to everyone she meets. Cypress LeBlanc. Cypress is a lifer and has always demonstrated the virtue of caring. She is a loyal friend who shows compassion and kindness to all of her peers. Cypress works hard and shows determination in each aspect of her life, from the classroom to the ice rink when she's figure skating. Brian Lim. Brian joined the junior school in the 5th grade. Whether it's on the basketball court or in the classroom, Brian is a hard worker who's passionate about learning. He enjoys playing the violin and is always willing to share his talent. Brian demonstrates the virtue of diligence. Jerry Liu. Jerry was welcomed into St. Michael's University School in grade 4. Jerry is possibly the happiest and most cheerful person I have ever met in my entire life. With his consistently positive outlook on life, we can all learn a little bit from Jerry and the fact that there is always something to smile about. Jerry demonstrates the virtue of joyfulness. Nevaeh Miller. As a lifer, Nevaeh has always been a diligent worker. She consistently puts forth her best effort, and under no circumstances does she ever give up. Nevaeh exemplifies the virtue of loyalty, as she is known as exceptionally trustworthy amongst her peers. Bree Robinson. Bree joined the junior school in her 3rd grade. She is a strong-willed and confident person who consistently stands up for what she feels is right. When faced with challenges, Bree always puts on a brave face and confronts her obstacles head-on. Bree demonstrates the virtue of courage. Sam Shariati. Sam is a lifer who demonstrates the virtue of confidence. He loves soccer and plays the game with ferocity. Sam shows dedication to his learning, especially when faced with a challenge. His confidence in his abilities and competitive nature ensures that he never gives up until a solution has been found. Willem Seitzma. Willem is a lifer at our school who demonstrates the virtue of purposefulness. He sets goals and displays a clear vision of what he wants to accomplish. Willem works very hard and shows dedication to his hockey, lacrosse, school, and newly revealed and incredible dancing abilities. Georgia Tai. Georgia was welcomed into the junior school in grade 4. She's a hard worker, very determined, and strong-minded. When faced with challenges, Georgia always pushes herself to find solutions and never gives up. Georgia has shown exceptional growth and dedication as a student this year. She demonstrates the virtue of perseverance. Congratulations, grade 5s.
Elliot Baxendale Fabi. Elliot is a lifer at St. Michael's University School who consistently exhibits the virtue of respect. He is respectful of his peers, teachers, and younger students. Elliot has a positive demeanor, applies himself diligently to his studies, and demonstrates enthusiasm for all of his school activities. Jonah Beck. Jonah is a lifer at the junior school. He exudes the virtue of curiosity and enthusiasm for learning. He is a talented writer with a wealth of knowledge, and he always has an interesting story or anecdote to share. Jonah loves to tell of his adventures on the ocean sailing with his family. Matthew Bulla. Matthew Bulla joined our community in grade 4. Matthew shines when he is taking care of younger students. He can be seen in the morning assisting the kindergarten students to organize their belongings and prepare for their day. Matthew is kind and caring towards his kindergarten buddy and demonstrates the virtue of helpfulness. Emma Curry. Emma is a lifer at St. Michael's University School. Emma displays the virtue of reliability. She is a conscientious student who enjoys taking part in school activities. Emma participated in all of the leadership opportunities this year and contributed to many sports teams. Emma is someone whom her friends and teachers can depend upon. John Duffy. John is a lifer at the junior school. He demonstrates the virtue of purposefulness. In all his endeavors, John has a clear focus. He is always mindful of his work and concentrates on his goals. John enthusiastically participates in both sports and the arts. John has enjoyed taking part in the annual volunteer opportunity at the James Bay Care Home and is recognized for his commitment to visiting the same resident since kindergarten. Anna Fowler. Anna is a lifer at the junior school. She is a student who always applies herself to the best of her ability, demonstrating perseverance and the virtue of diligence. Anna displays great confidence when speaking in front of a crowd, and her talents for acting and singing make her shine on stage. Ava Galloway. Ava is a lifer at St. Michael's University School. She's a keen student who enthusiastically contributes to our school. Kind and friendly, she is a creative thinker who demonstrates an inquisitive nature and a desire to learn. Ava displays the virtue of creativity in all of her pursuits. Katie Hooton. Katie is a lifer at the junior school. She is a voracious reader who inspires others to delve into novels and any series that she enjoys. Katie exudes a virtue of gentleness in her calm manner toward her teachers and her classmates. She has a positive demeanor and enjoys participating in school activities. Marina Jacob. Marina is a lifer at St. Michael's University School. She has a calm presence in the classroom and consistently demonstrates the virtue of peacefulness. Marina is a playful, curious student who tackles each academic endeavor with perseverance. She is considerate of others and enjoys volunteering at school. Eric Lynn. Eric was welcomed to the junior school in grade 4. He is a playful student who loves to laugh and joke with his friends. Eric demonstrates the virtue of excellence in piano. His commitment to his musical endeavors is admirable. His musical contribution for assemblies and special events has been much appreciated in the junior school community. Marcus Mueller. Marcus is a lifer at St. Michael's University School. He has developed a passion for mindfulness. He exhibits the virtue of joyfulness with his jovial smile and inner sense of happiness. Marcus has a great sense of humor. He participates in school sports and enjoys playing rugby outside of school. Sophia Kwan. Sophia is a lifer at the junior school. She is a keen student who enjoys being challenged academically. Sophia volunteered much of her time this year to leadership initiatives and school activities. She speaks her mind and takes on a leadership role when working with her peers. Sophia demonstrates the virtue of confidence in all endeavors. Vienna Wakefield. Vienna joined the junior school this year. She is a dynamic, vibrant member of the school community. She is a happy student who loves to have fun with her friends. Vienna is a talented dancer who participates in ballet, jazz, hip-hop, and modern dance outside of school. Vienna demonstrates the virtue of assertiveness as she is confident and stands up for herself. Matthew Wong. Matthew was welcomed to the junior school in grade 4. The virtue we see in Matthew is friendliness. He is welcoming, happy, and eager to take part in leadership initiatives and sports teams. Matthew is a keen learner who always strives to produce his best work. Christian Ewan. Christian is a lifer at St. Michael's University School. Christian has a great sense of humor and is recognized for his encouraging and caring nature toward his kindergarten buddy. He is an accomplished squash player who competed this year in provincial and national tournaments. He also played with the senior boys team for the ISAs. Never one to boast about his accomplishments, Christian exhibits the virtue of modesty. Congratulations, grade 5.
Thank you, grade 5s. I'd now like to call upon Alexander Brown and Matthew Bulla, who will be presenting the grade 5 legacy gift to the school. I have a copy of your speech if you're looking for it. Always have an extra.
The grade 5s are leaving a very special legacy gift this year. We have decided to give the school something that can be used for many years to come.
The grade 5s are leaving a buddy bench. This is a bench that will be in the schoolyard for all the students to use.
It is not just any old bench, though. This is a spot for kids to go when they're feeling lonely or are having a tough time finding someone to play with.
If you are having trouble finding someone to play with, just go over to the buddy bench and have a seat.
If you see someone sitting on the buddy bench, go over and invite them to play.
So, in September, when you come back to school, look in the yard for the buddy bench. Then look to see if anyone is sitting on it and invite them to play.
On behalf of the school, I'd like to thank the grade 5s for this wonderful gift to the school. I was just reading an article from the Harvard Educational Review that talked about the Buddy Bench project, and there are buddy benches throughout all the schools in North America to prevent bullying and to provide a climate of inclusion. So thank you to our grade 5 students. This is something that we will really enjoy, and you may even see Mr. Barber sitting on that buddy bench. Thank you. Okay, now it's time to enjoy our visual presentation prepared by Mr. Chan. So sit back and relax and enjoy a preview of our year.
has come for letting go. The hardest part is when you know all of these years when we were here, all in vain. But I'll always remember we have had the time of our lives, and now the pages turn, the stories we will write. Hard to walk away from the best of days, but if it has to end, I'm glad you have been my friend in the time of our lives. Where the water meets the land, there is shifting. wanna be.
Throughout the year and creating this incredible slideshow, which may be downloaded. I think it's going to be downloaded to the SMUS Tube, so you can check for that. So thank you, Mr. Chan, wherever you are. Thank you. This is also a time to wish our leaving staff and students a fond farewell as they pursue other directions in their lives, new schools, some to new countries, all of whom were recognized in our final assembly on Monday morning. But I would like Ms. Carlson to stand and be recognized. Ms. Carlson's going off to teach at the Souk District School Board. She's been the teaching assistant to Miss Eden's kindergarten class, and she's greatly enjoyed her time working with the kindergarten students. She's just loved watching them grow and learn to read and to write, and we hope to see her at the junior school again next year. So thank you for your contribution, Ms. Carlson. And now I would like to especially recognize and thank a very special member of our junior school faculty, Mrs. Mary Smith. Maybe Mrs. Smith could come forward. Mrs. Smith has been the strings music teacher at the junior school since the mid-'80s, and she began the program teaching 4 cellists, and since then she has grown and transformed the strings music program into what it is today, from grades 4 to grade 8. We thank her for her incredible and tremendous commitment to the strings program, to the junior school students, and SMUS generally. She's a teacher who quietly and mindfully goes about her work. She supports each and every one of us with great commitment and integrity. And Mrs. Smith, we will really miss you, and we are happy that you're staying at the middle school next year, so you'll be close by. So please come forward and be recognized. And finally, our closing ceremony event takes many school departments and support staff to create such a special event. And we would like to thank and recognize our school maintenance staff, especially Doug Park, James Booth, and Dave Ewing for the setup and countless details. Of course, our food services department. Mrs. Smith again for her preparation for today's grade 5 strings performance. Mrs. Sharon Goodman, who's been playing the piano and accompanying us this afternoon, and we have flowers from Miss Goodman later. And of course, our junior school admin assistants. In admissions, Miss Piazza, and in the main office, our new office assistant, Miss Christine Suchuk, and last but not least, Delina Squire, who supports my work and the entire community each and every day. Please join me in thanking them. And finally, I would like to thank Mr. Barber, Mrs. Cook, Ms. DeHogue for their tremendous support to the children, to the teachers and parents, their detailed attention in helping this ceremony and other school events run so smoothly. So thank you to that team. And I think we have to have one big congratulations to our grade 5 students who are heading off, but for their outstanding orchestra performance again today. Thank you. on behalf of the faculty, it is an honor and a great privilege to teach each and every one of your children. They're truly an inspiration to us, and we thank them and thank you as families for bringing them to us. So at this point, please stand for our school song. We'll follow by the closing prayer.
Please be seated. Each year at the junior school, two students come forward who help us express our gratitude in a more traditional format. And this year, Sam and Nevaeh are going to be sharing the prayer with us this evening. Let us pray.
Gracious God, we have a list. It starts with our teachers and ends with our learning.
We give thanks for our teachers for putting in all their effort to help us learn. It's a really tough job, we know. They have to stay after school, and they have a lot of responsibilities. Our teachers are really patient and kind, and it makes us feel grateful.
We're thankful that we can go to SMU and realize that many people can't attend such a good school.
We also appreciate our small classes, which makes it possible for so many of our needs to be met.
And we appreciate the ground staff who look after the fields, cut the grass, and rake the leaves.
And we appreciate Mr. Ewing and his janitorial team for keeping everything clean, so that if we spill our yogurt, he's there to help.
And we appreciate the office staff who are there if we need an ice pack or need to call a parent, even if you fall a lot or cry easily. And even if you're just hurt a little, like it's just a little dot of red on the end of your finger, they still help with a Band-Aid and water.
God, we're thankful for our classmates. Whatever happens, there are almost always a couple of people there to help you. And we get that none of us are perfect, that someone can be good at soccer and not art, or the other way around. Because we know we're not perfect, there's an acceptance that we all have strengths and weaknesses.
And God, along with the place and the people, the learning itself can actually be fun, but not always. Sometimes we wonder about the usefulness of certain facts, but even if a need never pops up, it's good to learn them before we need them. And when it's fun, it's great. Like learning so much about Greek mythology, making scripts and costumes so we know about Hermes and Persephone, and not just from Percy Jackson.
So, God, it's a long list, and we are grateful. Amen.
This concludes our closing ceremony. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. On behalf of the staff, I'd like to wish you all a wonderful summer. All families are now invited to join us for a reception outside by the flagpoles. We ask that parents remain in their seats until the recessional, which this year includes our children, the students, has been completed. Thank you very much.